You.
Hello, hi. This is Khairul again. Selamat pagi, very good morning, happy Saturday. So, how are you today? I hope you are doing well in this Saturday. The weather is good. Uh, I had roti canai. I ran to the mama store today. I cannot hold any longer. So, I hope you are happy. You have a good day. And today we have a special guest on the topic on how to appreciate relationships and boundaries in tough times. You know, we are having a lot more of our family members in our house for about 24 hours. I have my own kids. I have two small kids running around 24 hours. It just got me crazy. So I brought with us today in Ice Chat a special guest, a friend of mine, a life coach, founder of Echt Consulting, Mr. Keith Tay. Give a big hand to Keith Tay, please. Yay, Keith. How are you, Keith?
Very good. Thanks, Tyro. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yay! Thank you.
Wow.
Right. I'm good. How are you over there?
Fantastic.
Where? I mean, in MCO, where are you based?
I live in Subang.
Hmm.
Yes, I have been. I was born a JB boy from Johor Bahru.
Okay.
Just like
Okay.
the clothes that you're wearing now is JDT.
JFDT.
The color, the color.
Yeah, the color, right?
I
Yeah.
I came here after SPM,
Ah.
and that's a long time ago. I started with Inti College in Subang.
All right. So
Yes.
you came on your own. Your family. I mean, your parents still in JB.
Yes. So being a JB boy, most of their dreams is to work in Singapore
Hmm. Okay.
because you earn three times more.
All right.
But me being the youngest and the most rebellious,
Hmm.
decided to go the other current, the other direction.
All right.
So my sister and my brother works in Singapore,
I
but
see.
yeah, I decided to do otherwise.
All right. Okay. I mean, what is it like MCO for you?
Oh man, I have to be very honest with you.
Right.
I actually planned last year was my 40th birthday.
Hmm.
So one of my dream is actually to watch a live match in Anfield in Liverpool.
Oh,
So
Liverpool fan.
yeah,
Liverpool
yeah.
fan, huh?
So
Yeah, Liverpool fan.
so I actually saved up and I brought my family to Japan for a month,
All right.
and that depleted all a lot of my money. So I decided I will postpone the Anfield trip. So this year, on the 2nd of March, Cairo,
Uh huh.
I went to Europe.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, so I spent about 2 weeks there. But
Okay.
oh my gosh, in UK they were very relaxed during
Yeah.
that time. If you
Yeah.
heard the topic on the herd immunity, that
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
let.
Yeah.
So when I was there, it was quite carefree.
Uh
But when I came back to our tanah air, to
huh.
Malaysia,
Uh
it's a
huh.
different world, man. Just to be honest, I am also a registrar of
Hmm.
marriage. So I went to one ROM, and people actually stay away from me. For the first time, I felt weird, like people dare not come near me.
Okay. Why?
So I feel rejected because I came back from Europe, and
Oh.
and
Okay.
the news in obviously in Malaysia is different from the news in UK.
Hmm.
So actually, people are very paranoid. And then I went to one of my very good friends' birthday
Hmm.
party.
Hmm.
Then I realized that a lot of his childhood friend did not turn up because they found out I'm going.
Oh. Okay.
So after that, my wife said I have to be careful not
Hmm.
to post my activities online and stay home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So once I started staying home, I realized I am not ready for MCO. I got
Hmm.
these anxieties.
Uh huh.
I'm very active as a person, though I'm an
Hmm.
introvert.
Hmm.
But I have never handled this before. This is the
Right.
longest I have been at
Right.
home since my memory can serve me.
Yeah. 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 I mean, like many of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope you have settled down.
Yes, I
Yeah.
have. It's
Good.
been about 6 to 7 weeks now after I came back from UK,
Mm-hmm.
and I am thankful that I'm healthy. All is
Good.
good.
Good. God bless. Thank you very much, Keith. Right. So Keith
Yes.
and I now we went to coaching program together, and we tried number of sessions together, and
Yes.
yeah. So I'm glad to have you back here. So the topic
Thank
here
you.
today, Keith, you are very experienced. I'll let you tell about yourself in a short while. So topic today is about how to appreciate relationships and boundaries in tough times. You see, the thing is about relationship. We always want to have a good relationship. The loved ones are with us during this MCO, but because they are the loved one, but why do we need to set boundaries? That's a bit an oxymoron, but why do we need to
Yeah.
set boundaries, right? We should be
Yeah.
together. We keep saying this. I wish I can spend more time with you and da da da. But why we talk about boundaries here? Keith, for you.
Carol, do you like durian?
Durian, yeah, I do.
You see, durian is a great fruit,
Yeah.
but if you have too much of it, it's a very passionate, strong fruit, but you will also get jelak, you know.
Okay. Jela,
So,
the word is jela. Yeah.
yeah, relationship sometimes, yeah, it's great, but in a very intense situation where you are having it a lot, sometimes you also, as human, we get bored, we run out of topic, and we tend to step on each other's tail.
Mm.
I think the chances for conflict easily increase by 10 times during this MCO.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you are right. We are oxymoron, like we are on a two extreme of pendulum.
Mm-hmm.
On one side, we are saying that this is a great opportunity for us to care for what really matters.
Yeah.
On the other side, we also want our private space, which is greatly compromised, especially when you have young kids. You
Yeah.
felt that your space are being robbed away.
Yeah.
So that balance is not easy to manage, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. So I feel during this tough situation, what is missing is that we have blurred all the lines and blurred all the boundaries and blurred all the usual, what we call the rhythm, or the rhythm of our usual life or our routines
Yeah.
are all just messed up, Cairo.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so I mean in this kind of situation, right, Keith, what I mean we families we always want to be together, right?
Yeah.
But in kind of relationship, for you, you are very experienced in relationships. Let's take a step back. What consists of a successful relationship?
Okay, I think as mankind, human being, one of our primary need, or how we are wired, is to be loved and to love.
Mm.
That constitute to happiness in life.
Mm-hmm.
So the loving and being loved part is, of course, coming from relationship. And the element for you to feel actually you are loved, or actually how you love others, is expressed through trust.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, trust actually is like a main currency of a relationship.
Right.
So trust is the pillar in our relationship, and in order to build trust, it doesn't grow on trees. It
Yeah.
comes through us discovering each other and being honest to each other, and build a really good connection or communication
Mm.
with each other. So I like to say this a lot. I think the best bet, the best gift, or the best key to a successful relationship starts from a healthy you.
Mm.
The healthier you are,
Mm.
the higher the chances of you to enjoy a great relationship. The
Right.
problem now in MCO, Cairo, is that a lot of people are not healthy because they are anxious, they are uncertain,
Yeah.
they are in many ways stressed up and restless. So when you are not healthy, actually your mind is not focusing on giving to others or building the relationship. So I
Right.
often say the best gift you can give in your marriage is a healthy you. It is not the diamond ring, it is not the car, though they are great. It is not a holiday, though I don't mind. But
Yeah.
the first foundation, I think, is so that we should be healthy. Does that make sense to you?
Well, the thing is, Keith, right? If only to be healthy is
Mm,
a very important relationship. Why
yes.
why so many people don't focus in it? And currently, in MCO, right?
Yep.
We cannot go out.
Yes.
I mean, not everyone has a little bit of space for them to do gardening or to do
Yeah.
their breathing or relaxing, right?
Yeah.
Um, so how can we be healthy if no, like you said, if healthy is the gift for relationship, we
Yes.
really need to do more of that in
Yes.
during this MCO, right? But
Yes.
we have a constraint of space.
Yes.
So how do we do that?
So again, same issue with we hear it as a coach. I hear it over and over again.
Mm,
I know I need to lose weight. I know I need to save up. I know I need to rest. I need to eat healthier. You see, a lot of people know, but they are not intentional, Carol.
mm,
In being healthy first in
mm.
relationship is sometimes journaling, like what makes you upset in a day. Actually, what makes you happy in a day? What are the things that you need? How do you communicate your timetable to your loved ones? Like
Mm,
I would tell my wife, today I got 3 meetings, though it is Saturday.
mm,
I communicate my expectation because I'm healthy, so that
yeah,
she will not think like, hey, Saturday, why are you still working? You're already
yeah,
working, you're already in your room so much. So I think health, in a way, is how you invest in yourself so that you have a better chance of communicating your expectation, and also you have a better chance of resolving conflict that arises quickly.
mm,
And an unhealthy person will just suppress, or an unhealthy person will just take it head on and fight and say,
yeah,
why is it all about you?
mm,
And anger starts to flare up at home. And when things are tense, it is a sign that people at home, including yourself, you're no longer healthy anymore. So to me a healthy person is joyful,
yeah,
though there are differences. But a healthy person actually has the appetite and the ability to solve the conflict that comes uh, along the life,
yeah. Okay, Keith, right?
Yes. Yes.
In easy time, it is
Yes.
very easy to probably apply what you mentioned
Yeah.
just now, right? I think
Yeah.
like there's a saying, in peacetime, it is easy
Mm,
to get motivated, or for someone who has a job, it is easy to feel good or to change, right? But
yeah.
in relationship, I want to ask you what I call controversial question, right?
Sure.
They
Sure.
say that when the thing gets tough, the tough gets going. But in relationship, does it apply? It's the same. When the going gets tough, does someone has to stay?
I think it depends on the build of that person. Like, if let's say you are built to be a tanker,
Mm-hmm.
your glory times will be war.
Mm-hmm.
If you are built to be just leisure go-kart, you cannot make it to war. So I think it is our build. I know I am empathizing with many people that things are very tough,
Mm-hmm.
and I have gone through so many marriage issues. I have journeyed with so many hundreds of couples.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
want to say, sometimes the win for the day is not to kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know it can be very tense, it can be very hard, but still I want to say this: it is very important for us to be mindful, not to enter into a relationship wanting to change the other person. The best way for you to build your relationship is still to be reflective and change yourself. And I know it is very hard, but at the same time, it is one of the best opportunity in our era, in our generation, to be forced to slow down and rethink what's really important in our lives.
Mm.
A lot of things that I won't be doing, a lot of things that I won't be entertaining if it is not for this MCO.
Mm-hmm.
I actually reprioritize my life quite a bit to to have a deep check, because when you say times are good, actually when times are good are also times where we take a relationship for granted.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the affairs that I have to deal with, actually it's when someone is making money.
Huh.
A lot of the infidelity happens when people are actually doing well. So whether people are doing well or people are not doing well, relationship has always been not just difficult but complex,
Yeah.
complicated. So to me it is the same. I want to say, if you really want to build a successful relationship,
Mm-hmm.
you got to invest into your emotional health. Your
Mm.
emotional health is crucial.
Okay. What you know? What I did some research last night. I did
Yes,
some research last
yes,
night. Can I just share that the part now is my roundup? Just hang on for a while.
sure.
Okay. You could see on your screen, right? So it turns out that in more babies or more divorce after COVID-19. There's a news somewhere, news heading. I got a clip, and then they say about possibility of having that, and then hold on, more divorce, and then the pandemic helped me make up my mind to get divorced. This one lady from Wuhan, she mentioned this, and then somewhere in China also, it is not social distancing but spousal distancing. The Chinese couples divorcing over COVID-19, right? And then
Yes.
also domestic violence, apparently it's rising up from some of the news that I read. So coming back to you, Keith, right?
Mm,
So when you mentioned about doing some internal search, have a deep check on the relationship, I do agree when times are good, we people tend to take granted of the
yeah.
relationship because time's really good. Sometimes in certain relationship, the relationship is all about material, very little about maybe emotional or connection. So you mentioned just earlier on about you being involved in a marriage. Was it an advisory? Was it a counseling? What was it? Was it a coaching session you mentioned just now?
I do a lot of coaching and counseling at the same time.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So from that experience, and observation, looking at things, and you being a family man as well, so
Yeah.
in a tough relationship like now, right? In tough times, what to expect in a relationship? I mean, you can't be idealistic about it. We have to be pragmatic and realistic, don't we? Your thoughts, Keith?
Yes. I I think there is a need to over communicate things. I really feel that if we don't over communicate in crisis, the chances of us failing or disappointing or even agitate each other is very, very high.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest problem in relationship is actually assumption. Just because we are both at home, or just because that we are living in a confined space, we assume we assume that things will naturally be good. But we assume that in close proximity, people would know us. But I think this is another thing that people take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, my take is to over communicate our expectation. And for example, I want to be real to you. I
Mm-hmm.
actually ask from my wife more space,
Mm-hmm.
because of how things are so uncertain for my career.
Mm-hmm.
Things are so uncertain for my future. I actually told her one day. I said, I need to have a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my kids, they are 12, 8, and 5. So they
Mm.
need a lot of attention because they are very young.
Mm.
So naturally, we are always making sure that they are eating, they are doing their homework, they are
Mm.
clean.
Mm.
But I said, let's take some time off to talk, really
Mm.
talk. No, not talking about Netflix, not talking about YouTube, what you have seen,
Yeah.
but really talk. And I told my wife, and I
Mm.
said, actually, there is a need for me to have a bit more space
Mhm.
because I am anxious on the inside. So when she heard that,
Mm.
she actually started understanding
Mhm.
rather than she misunderstood me as being selfish,
Mhm.
like, okay, I can do my stuff. She has to be with the kids. I
Mhm.
think that's miscommunication. But
Mhm.
when I told her that actually I have certain anxiety in me,
Yeah.
that I am not too sure. I need time to design, I need time to plan, and I
Mm.
need time to process a lot of the things so that I know how to go forward during this crisis. She
Mhm.
actually allows me time.
Mhm.
And then I also begin to ask her, what is your expectation on
Mhm.
me?
Mhm. Mhm.
So she is a fitness trainer. She is a personal trainer, PT,
Mhm.
and there are slots in a week that she has to do IG live.
Mhm.
And then she is also taking a diploma in early childhood education that she needs to do assignment and prepare for her exam.
Mhm.
So you see, things like that are very basic, but a lot of couples they don't communicate.
Mhm.
When you communicate, you assume that they understand, which actually nobody understands you more than yourself. You need to over communicate during crisis. You need
Mm.
to over communicate during tough times.
Yeah, you know what, kids? I like the fact that you get personalized in this, and I want to get deeper into that. I hope you don't mind.
Sure.
So when you have that space, discussion with your wife, you wanted more space, you wanted to sort things on your own on certain things. I mean, how many times of that conversation happened before it really get into some action, or because a lot of people probably expecting, oh, after one session it's gonna happen. No, right? I mean, can you be a bit more personalized or truthful? I would say truthful, but
Yeah,
a bit
yeah.
more
I will be more vulnerable.
yeah, yeah, please, can you maybe help us an audience in this situation?
I think, Carol, we as men,
Mm,
we always want to portray an image that everything is all right.
yeah.
And as men, we always want to show that we can,
Mm-hmm.
and there is an ego that is playing up.
Yeah.
So, though we are not certain and though we are actually anxious, we dare not put down our guards to communicate. So, what
Yeah.
I did was that I said, actually, I am not doing well. I told my wife, actually, I need space because I think if I continue on to be on this mode,
Mm-hmm.
I continue on to use the old ways of working,
Mm-hmm.
I think I will collapse. So she would ask me, what do you mean by that? I said,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the things that used to be that I'm familiar, that is helping me to be productive, it's
Yeah.
no longer applicable now. So
Yeah.
actually, I said, dear, I want you to listen to me. I am actually very stressed and I actually am very helpless and restless. So she began to open up and say, okay, so what kind of support do you need from me?
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, the best support that you can have is to allow me space
Mm-hmm.
so that I know the game plan for the subsequent days. Otherwise, I will drain you up with my inconsistency. I will drain you up with my temper or my emotions. So
Mm-hmm.
when she understands that,
Mm-hmm.
she really allow me time. And of course, the follow up of conversation is that I ask her, then how can I be a support for you as well?
Right.
What do you need from me as well?
Mm.
So when we talk, when she expressed, I realized oftentimes through all these years, whatever that she needs, it's actually very, very simple.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to know that I still care for them.
Yeah.
She wants to know that I am thoughtful in my decision making,
Mm-hmm.
that I don't exclude the family when I plan things.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants me to have, you know, between me and my wife,
Mm-hmm.
we are taught by our mentor
Mm-hmm.
that one of the best parenting way is to have one-on-one,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have a few kids.
Mm-hmm.
Family time sometimes it's not just over dinner table when everyone is together.
Mm-hmm.
The best parenting is when you have one on one, because then nobody dominates and your child feels special
Mm-hmm.
when you are just talking to one at a time. It makes
Yeah.
them feel unique. It
Mm-hmm.
makes them feel that you are there for them fully. It makes them feel important.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the same with my wife. It is the same with how she treats me. A
Mm-hmm.
family time is not just over dinner table. Family time is not just watching Netflix together, but family time is one on one engaging one, to actually talk, to actually find out what's really going on the inside.
Mm. Well, that's good that you mentioned that there's a follow up sessions,
Yes,
and you seek your partner, your wife, what you call suggestion as well for her. How can you support her, right?
yes,
All
yes.
right. So, but the thing is, Keith, I have one more question. Good that you have. It sounds to me that you and your wife have a mature relationship. You
Mm-hmm,
can
mm-hmm.
you can talk to each other, be open up to each other. I mean, at least from the look of it, right? I'm really
Yep,
sure
yep.
that we all have up and down in situation in our life, right? But what about if someone or your family or one family living with other family members, relatives, in-laws, for example, right? How can we attempt to set up a space or boundaries, in that kind of situation? It is really
Oh,
hard, actually,
it's
but
tricky.
very tricky, right? And any thoughts that I mean, any encounter that you had from your coaching or counseling session in the past that going into this direction that you can help us with?
I think one of the common issues for marriages to fall apart will be in-laws.
Uh-huh.
That's very common, very, very common, because in-laws, whether from the girl side, uh, they will always treat their daughter as like a family, but
Mm,
the son-in-law as like an outsider,
mm,
or the other way around.
mm,
So I think with in-laws staying with us, it's a real challenge, but it can also be a real blessing
mm,
when we take time to actually understand the that means you take it as a lesson for you to observe how their family communicate. You establish certain patterns and values. When people come into clashes of conflicts, it is always not about the way you do things, it is always about the value of doing it. So a lot of people refuse to investigate deeper of what is the value of the person staying with you, doing certain things that you don't like.
mm,
Oftentimes, when you understand the value, then it is very easy for you to resolve the conflict. You know, a lot of the conflict happen, a lot of tension happen. It is because nobody is willing to investigate the value of the other person. They always assume that the other person is making it difficult. The other person is just different. The other person is not considerate. The other
mm,
person is this and that. So if I would suggest to those that have other people staying with them, try to understand their value of doing things,
mm,
and at the same time over communicate your stand and your expectation. For
mm,
me, if you're a man, it is your house, you are the house leader, you are the leader of the house. You also set certain boundaries and also certain rules. For example,
mm,
you will tell them your preference on how things can be done
mm,
uh, under your rule when
mm,
you
mm,
yeah, lead that family. I think it is very important for us to put a stand. It is very important for us to establish, because how can you play a game that has no rules?
mm, mm. Yeah.
How can you win a game that has no rules? When everyone is just free to play whatever they think is best, I think that is disaster. You know, a football game, a badminton game, a
Yeah.
basketball game, they have rules. They have yellow card and they have red card and they have timeout. And at
Right.
home,
Right.
when you have all these rules and all these boundaries, it is gonna be like a frustrating game that is going nowhere with no wind and no direction.
Right.
So
Right.
I would prefer someone make the call and say, this is for the good of everybody. I'm not interested in controlling anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I am not interested in making anyone's life miserable, but I'm here to establish a goalpost. I'm here
Mm-hmm.
to establish that everyone should be living harmoniously, happily, joyfully,
Mm-hmm.
uh, when we play by this rule.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a leader for so many years, you
Mm-hmm.
understand as well that culture is very important in an organization. Am I right?
Yes, definitely.
So culture is merely small habits that we do, our behavior. But sometimes we are not intentional in building family culture. That is a big problem.
Mm.
So when you have someone living with you, you got to educate them about your culture. It is not something that is evil or good. It is something that you establish out of your values. Like for me, one of the cultures that we have at home is there is no phone inside the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So we put our charging station
Mm.
in the living room.
All right.
So my daughter will
Yeah.
charge her phone beside the piano, and I learn to charge my phone near to the TV so that when we come into the room, we will have conversation. You see, so this already built a culture. So whoever that comes in and stay with us,
Mm-hmm.
they might not be forced to do it, but they will observe. Another culture is there's no phone over the dinner table, Cairo.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And then there's no leftover cups in the sink. Whoever that goes to the sink and
Right.
see that there's cups or there's plates, just wash. It doesn't matter who used it previously. So there are certain cultures that's going on in my family,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we as the head of the family, let's establish some good
Mm.
culture together. Then whoever that comes in and stay, we will tell them that the culture is bigger than an individual.
Mm. Mm. Great. I think that's very insightful. A few key points I like what you mentioned here, where the person in the house, the leader of the house, over
Mm,
communicate, right?
mm,
Over
mm.
communicate the expectation, right? If you're leader of the
Yes,
house, and I like this analogy where you said, how can you play a game without rules, right? I think
yeah,
that's very interesting concept, where without rules it become endless, it become winners take all. It becomes unfair, and probably that lead to some conflicts, right?
yes,
And I like the part where you mentioned about the house culture, right? It is as important as in organization, and in organization, companies spend a lot of money to build culture. I think so is in the house, right? So going into
yes,
that, right? So now we have a little bit more ideas about situation in the family, and how about if the family have youth, they have someone in the age of teens, 16, 17, where most of the time children at this age, they are rebellious, they want their own space, don't come to my room, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So how can parents or family, mom and dads, I mean, they're not evil, they want to be as responsible as possible, but how can parents, mom and dad, can be thankful in dealing with relationship and boundaries in this time of MCO and tough times?
I work a lot with you,
Mm,
and I want to say one of the main reason or main culprit for all their behavior is this word called hormone.
mm.
There's a lot of
Hormone.
hormone.
Right.
There's a lot of hormones going on in their body.
Mm,
You know, they are not sure what's happening to them as well.
yeah.
their voice suddenly change, certain places grow hair,
Mm.
certain places suddenly bulge up, and they don't like the way they look, and they are dealing with their self image. I think a lot of things are going inside of them,
Yeah.
and when a parent come in and say, hey, you better know who is paying your bill, hey, you better know who's the boss, and it will just make things worse because they are at this stage where they are establishing independence.
Mm.
I think they need a lot more support and trust and say, hey, you are finding your identity. Hey, you are experimenting on different things and you're watching different things. I am here to be your friend. I
Mm.
am not here to be your headmaster,
Mm.
your discipline guru.
Mm.
I am not here to be a military head. I am here alongside you as your friend. So,
Mm.
youth, I want you to know they are so smart nowadays. They
Right.
know so many things.
Right.
I think a youth that has been brought up in this digital age, they
Right.
sometimes easily know a lot more than their parents.
Right. But Keith, I mean, no youth would want to friend their parents, right? Not even on
Exactly,
Facebook, right?
exactly,
Oops, my dad
exactly.
and friend. No way. But
But
I think do you really expand? Do you say that, or you have an intention to do that? I mean, but you don't say it up front. Is that what you're saying?
yes, I think we coach, or we coach our kids
Hmm.
in a way we see the long term goal,
Hmm.
not the short term.
Right.
That means when they are going through this rebellious period
Hmm.
of up to maybe 18 years old or 19 years old, we want to know how we want to get out of this journey together.
Hmm.
We don't want to come to a place where they hate us, we hate them.
Hmm.
So so the end goal is to be their friend. And and probably you would agree with me that nowadays between us and our parents
Hmm.
is a lot more like friend
Yeah.
than, yeah. So if we already know that one day they will grow and they will mature, let let's give them that respect. I think the
Hmm.
youth deserves a lot of respect, a lot of dignity, a lot of honor, as well. We always talk about honoring parents, but I
Yeah.
think as parents, we need to honor our children as well. They want their space. And maybe I would say that if you are cool enough, if
Hmm.
you are confident enough, they would want to be your friend. I have
Hmm.
seen a lot of good kids that are friends to their parents. Actually, I have two or three of them that
Hmm.
told me the first time they had a crush on a girl, the first person they told to is their mother.
Ah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
it is possible, but it is not like you want to control them while they are really in this age of wanting independence. You are going against their direction.
Hmm.
They have a lot of things going inside of them.
Hmm.
A lot of them hate the way they look. A lot of them hate the way that they are feeling. They are so when you have youth at home, I think treat them like an adult. Treat
Hmm.
them, treat them like a full-grown person, and give them the space and the respect that they want. And always make yourself available by saying that if you need someone to talk to, I am available.
Hmm.
When always give the the ball back to their court and say, I trust you. Sometimes parents don't say words like that. Say,
Hmm.
I trust you.
Yeah.
Because we always suspect them. We
Hmm.
always uh, catch them doing the wrong thing,
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
penalizing them. So
Yeah.
how do you want them to be your friend when you are such a parent?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
So to me, I would tell, although my daughter is only 12, but
Hmm.
when dealing with a lot of kids, I
Hmm.
realize those kids that are now 25, 26 that I dealt with when they
Hmm.
were 13, 14, 15, they
Hmm.
thank they thank me many, many
Hmm.
times because they told me this. They say, Keith, thank you for believing in me when
Hmm.
I don't believe in myself.
Hmm. Hmm.
Thank you for believing in me
Hmm.
when I don't believe in myself.
Mm.
So I think back when I was a youth,
Yeah.
I I slammed the door on my parents.
Mm.
I ran away from home.
Yeah. You did that?
Yeah, I did that. I
Right.
did all that, and
Right.
and I always have this word that say, "You guys just don't understand me.
Mm-mm.
You guys don't understand me."
Right.
So you see, parents, what they want is not instruction the whole time. You have instructed them when they were
Mm.
young.
Mm.
Now that they are older, you must trust them.
Mm. Yeah.
As to back to how I started, every successful relationship
Mm.
is built on trust.
Mm. But you know what, Keith? Sometimes, right? It's not what you say. It is how you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the parents say, I trust you, but they say, I trust you, you careful, you know.
Mm.
So I think that kind of language also give a different kind of connotation and understanding what exactly the parents want, right? I mean the tonality, the way you communicate, or do you communicate with maybe a cane on your right hand and a trust on the other hand? So that meant as well. But I really like the fact that you said that always try to respect their space and also treat them like an adult, right?
Yes, yes.
But of course, the company the family culture will help build this
Mm.
in the long run, right? But what about someone who, after listening to this, wanted to do something that they've never done before? Okay, I want to treat my kids as an adult, but previously I always spank him or spank her. But now I want to treat them like an adult. What are the one or two things that this parent can do in order to make this change for the long reason?
Great question. Great
Mm,
question. I think first thing first, stop stalking them on Facebook or Instagram. Stop that.
okay.
Yeah, I think stop that. Just
Mm,
give them the space that they need and trust that they have the maturity to make decisions. I think secondly, it's to take interest in what they like. Don't judge them by saying, "Why are you always on the phone? Why are you always playing game? Why are you
mm,
always taking photos of yourself? Why are you always on TikTok? Why are you always?" Stop judging them.
yeah, yeah,
Stop judging them,
right.
and start learning about their world.
Mm,
The last thing they want is to be excluded by their community. And you
mm,
and me, we have grown up like that before. One of the
mm,
saddest things in life is when we don't have a group of friends that wants us, like everyone else is on this party and you're not invited.
mm,
That's like so sad. So if acceptance is what they want among their peers, start to get into their world in a very respectful way
mm,
and sincerely, genuinely finds out. To me, at the core of a human, they, as much as they want to express independence and their creativity,
mm,
they 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 will not come to a place where they don't need to be loved. No
mm,
matter how, they still need to be loved.
mm,
It's just that the way we are loving them doesn't make them feel loved, you see.
mm,
So
right.
when like I always tell couples or parents, it is not what you say, it is what they hear.
Mm,
It
mm,
is not what you say, it is what they hear. If what you are saying is like, "Hey, I love you," and they are hearing like,
yeah.
"No, you are not," then what's the point? A lot of people say sorry, low, but if
Uh,
that person don't feel that you're actually apologetic, you're actually sincere,
mm,
what's the point of saying it? So if you want to do something, you got to be authentic. You got to be real, you got to be genuine. If you are really interested in your children's future, if you really take interest, then you allow yourself to learn about their world rather than always warning them, "By your age, I'm already doing this. By your age, I'm already doing that."
mm,
If
mm,
you still don't listen, I'm gonna take away your pocket money by
mm, mm,
threat, by judgment, by all this control. It will just make things worse.
mm. All right.
And of course, I want to cover a very important area before I move on.
Mm,
We do things that we are taught. So maybe our parents has done that to us,
mm,
and
mm,
that is the best way we do. We cannot give what we do not possess. That
mm,
is
mm.
life.
Mm-hmm.
You can only give things that you have, not things that you don't have. So my advice is that you listen to a lot more good materials that's available online. I myself, I learn. Be a learner. Be a learner if you want to be a good parent. Be a learner if you want to be a good leader.
Mm-hmm.
Be a learner if you want to be a good coach. There are
Mm-hmm.
a lot of materials. Like Simon Sinek has a great material on the millennials that you can listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Godin has a lot of tips on parenting. And there's so many more. Esther Perel, the survivor of the Holocaust, has a lot of things to talk about family, and she's a accomplished writer and such an accomplished psychologist and thinker. So there are a lot out there. Rather than just scrolling through those sad news and those funny videos on your Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
put yourself into learning.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
And
Keith,
yeah,
I want to ask you something a bit more personal because I know you.
sure,
Is that all right, Keith?
definitely.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. In some of your role as a marriage counselor, you're also a
Mm.
pastor, right? In some churches, right?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
So does I want you to just to have a bit of context here. Does religion, whether it's in church, mosque, Christian or Muslim, whatever, does religion play a bit of role in establishing this context of relationship with your kids or youth? Just a thought from your experience.
Okay, this is interesting. I think we are somehow a product of our environment as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So by exposing yourself to like good voices,
Mm-hmm.
this word called peer pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but why do we always associate peer pressure to negativity? Why
Mm-hmm.
not peer pressure be something positive? That I have peers
Mm-hmm.
that actually pressure me to study well. I have peers that actually pressure me to be healthy. So I think when it comes to religion, Iro, for me personally, it is a very good platform for them to be exposed to good values.
Mm.
Yeah,
Right.
because to me, I, I would say for Christianity, it teaches a lot about love,
Mm.
teaches a lot about forgiveness,
Mm.
teaches a lot about honoring and integrity.
Mm.
These are some of the great values that religion would teach. I'm sure it's the same for a Muslim. It
Right.
teach about gratitude.
Right.
So when my kids are exposed to people of the same
Right.
circle, sorry, which holds this value,
Right.
I think somehow it helps because when my daughter is talking to another girl from the same church, they
Mm.
would say, "Yeah, forgiveness is important."
Mm.
So if you mix with the wrong people, maybe they say, "Yeah, revenge is good."
Mm.
So in that sense, I think religion does plays a big role in forming the values of a person growing up.
Right.
And one of the things that I respect Muslim the most
Mm.
is how they really honor family.
Mm.
It's I grew up in a Malay school.
Mm.
Okay, I grew up in Sekolah Rendah Kebangsaan Ngiheng in Johor Bahru.
Mm.
When during my primary 1 to primary 6, I have more Malay friends than
Mm.
Chinese friends.
Mm.
Why? Because there is something beautiful. One ball, one football,
Right.
everyone shares.
Right.
You just throw it to the padang, everyone play.
Uh.
Whereas sometimes I feel Chinese is like
Mm.
I take a basketball
Mm.
and I only play with my friends. If you
Mm.
are not my gang, you
Mm.
are not allowed to play. So
Mm.
so I think then some of them will buy Lego. When
Mm.
they buy Lego one pack, my Malay friends will
Mm.
everyone just kopek and
Yeah.
eat. So
You mean
when you buy a
keropok
packet,
leko ah? Keropok leko.
yeah.
Keropok
So
leko. Okay. Yeah.
when there's a pack of keropok Lego, right?
Mm.
The person that brought it probably eat the first bite and then pass around. and then finish.
Right.
But Chinese sometimes, as Chinese, I don't say all Chinese. Sometimes
Mm.
their parents will teach them don't
Mm.
share food. Yeah,
Mm. Maybe hygiene reason. You never know, right?
I
Could
know,
be.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's why I think I respect a lot of Muslim growing
Mm.
up because of their value in sharing, and they feel that whatever that we have comes from God anyway.
Mm-mm. Yeah. No,
Am
I
I
like
right?
the context where you said that religion teaches us universal, good universal values. I think in,
Yes.
in all what you call religion, we have that. It's
Mm,
almost the same, right? And even in Hinduism, in
mm,
Confucianism, Buddhism, Muslim, Christianity, all of them. So I like that context where you pick up on the good values and with the good exposure for the kids or youth, they will be able to live in their environment and
yes.
adapt, no, as much as possible, right? Now, the final, no, I wouldn't say final, one of the important members in our family also our elders, right? And in time of MCO, we in some family they have situation where the elders are staying with them and they could be unwell too, right? They have a number of demand, mungkin ambil ubat ke, nak kena mandikan ke. So how can we continue showing affection to our elders in situation like now, Keith?
Okay. Before I go into this,
Mm.
I also want to qualify that I know I should not stereotype Chinese in such a way. There are Chinese that are sharing,
Aha.
but I'm highlighting the differences between different culture and different upbringing.
Right. I
So
totally
when
agree with that. Yeah. I think we are
yeah,
mature enough to have that. Yes.
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 So when it comes to elderly, I have to be honest with you. I think having daughters are amazing.
Mm. I agree with that. I got two, and yeah, it's a blessing.
So when it comes to it is just so nurturing of them,
Mm.
and they are always so giving.
Yeah.
When it comes to elderly, like I look at the way my wife cares for her parents,
Mm.
I have a lot to catch up.
Mm.
I have a lot to. So when you have elderly staying with you,
Mm.
whether the elderly is a male or a female, I think it is more natural for a lady to provide physiological care and support somehow,
Mm.
but it does not mean that man could not do it. I think again, there are a lot of excellent male nurses
Mm. Yeah.
that has the ability to carry heavier weight when it comes to these needs. For me, it is a lesson on humility.
Mm.
They bathed us and they carry us when we are young.
Yeah.
So I think now it is time for us to bathe them and carry them when they are old. It is just
Mm.
a reverse, I think, how life works. If
Mm.
we are if we are not if we are not prepared for that, I think why not we go for courses,
Mm. 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 Ah,
how to
okay.
take care of the elderly.
Mm.
Yeah, there, how to actually make sure that they feel dignified. I think one of the things about elderly is that they are very afraid that they lose their dignity,
Mm.
you know. And for some that can afford, I think why not you spend money on professional care, and
Mm.
you a lot on the emotional need, and you focus a lot on quality of life, and you can
Mm.
actually trust the professional to take care of some of their physiological needs.
Mm.
So it depends on your where you are standing in life and how much you can afford.
Mm.
But the main thing is this: beyond all this, they want to know that you love them.
Yeah.
They want to know that their life is valuable, because they probably at some age they begin to say things like, "Oh, I'm a burden. Oh, I'm such a trouble. Oh, I better just die to make things
Mm.
easier." So I think they are seeking for validation in terms that
Mm. Mm. Right. You know what, Keith? I think this is one of the a good line you mentioned about our elderly. They want to feel dignified, right? I see in some situation, we talked earlier about youth, about husband wife. Some kids, as they grown up, they have a certain feeling about their parents. They feel like, oh, I should just give back what you give me last time, right? So how did someone, if they really wanted to take this MCO as an opportunity to make some change, what they can do to start something? Slow down. What do you mean slow down? Mm, mm, mm. Right. Mm, 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 mm. TikToking, eh? Okay. Mm, mm-hmm, mm, 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 mm-hmm, 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 mm, 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 mm. Right. Right. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm-hmm. Mm. Why? Why you say that? Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. 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 Mm, 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 mm. Right, right. Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, 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 right. That's very thoughtful, Keith. No, I can feel it from here. Digitally, I think feeling do transfer digitally as well. Wyatt. So I hope the audience out there is feeling it too. Yeah, true. I have 4 kids of my own. I have two boys, currently 3 and 4 years old, running around almost 24 hours. So I can really feel that, and I tell myself the same thing. I'm going to apply what you said just now, which is the messy house is a lively house. But I'm going to tell it to my wife instead. You know. All right. So, okay, kids, it's already 12 p.m. I don't want to encroach into your other things that you want to do. I know you're a busy man, imparting knowledge and sharing with others. Just about, I'll give you 30 seconds. Final words, parting words for this session for our audience out there. Right. Thank you so much, Keith. Give a big hand to Keith. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand to Keith. Thank you so much. Give you a yay. All right, Keith. Thank you very much. Okay, Keith. Thank you very much. Goodbye. See you again. Keep in touch. Bye bye. Have a good day. Happy weekend. Same to you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That is Keith, right? Keith from Echt Consulting talking about how to appreciate relationships and boundaries in tough times. Good thing about Keith, he can spend a long time to talk to him. I've done what I call a coaching session with him. We can talk for hours. We have so many things in common, and we talk about boundaries. We talk about don't waste these golden opportunities. Make decision to come out better, a better person. This MCO. I think it's very important for many of us. Of course, you can take your time. Like one of my friend was saying the other day, talking about resilience. Take a longer perspective, in this MCO to see how you can be better, right? And take time to learn, grow, and be mindful, right? There are so many resources online. I don't want to be the only person talking about this. I invited a number of my friends and also clients, connection networks in this show and ice chat. So if any of you wanted to know what's happening for next week. So this is the final one for this week. Next week we're going to have something on how can you transform yourself, and the other one on road safety, and the other one potentially on digital transformation. I'll see you next week. Ask chat with DT leadership. Myself with Carol. Happy Saturday. Have a good weekend. Thank you very much. Bye bye.